I have 100 hours to complete this manga, and to top it off, I'll also be entering this manga into a monthly Shonen Jump contest. Alright, so for starters, I really love the Spider-Verse movie, so for the last 2 hours, I've been just kind of like planning out a Spider-Verse spin-off in my head. Also, I was thinking, I only could draw like 10 pages at very max for this project, since no matter what, I will get this project done within 100 hours. However, no matter how I look at it, the manga is gonna be 18 pages long, so I'll see if I can shorten it. Alright guys, somehow I managed to finish the script, and oh man bro, it is looking so good. It's still about 18 pages, that's what I predict, but hopefully all will be fine. Alright, so before I even start the storyboard sketches, I should probably explain what the story is more about. I imagined up a Spider-Woman who uses snipers. She's a hero, but when she kills the Octopus Man from her Spider-Verse, it leaves this kid who looked up to him with no one to care for him. So basically what happens is she starts caring for him, but as you can assume, this dude hates her guts. He thinks about murdering her more than Joe Rogan thinks about mushrooms. Now for the villain, I imagine him to be like some sort of lizard dude, and he's gonna be like undercover. How so? Well, he's gonna be her boyfriend, and that's all I'm telling you for now. I'm leaving your ass on a cliffhanger. All right, so something else I should definitely do before the story sketches is do a rough design of the characters. All right, so for Audra, I really wanted to draw curly hair for her, but as soon as I got started, I was like, freak this sucks balls. Like, there aren't that many curly hair characters, so you have very little reference to go off of. Also, curly hair is just super hard to draw in general. I swear I need the dexterity of baby Jesus himself in order to draw the hair bangs in one stroke. It makes me feel like I have the dexterity of a fingerless monkey. But for all my black babies in the back, man, I decided, freak it. We're doing curly hair. I'm gonna get this curly hair style to work. And you know what? This was hell to draw, but I still like the way it turned out. It looks pretty cool. And it turned out good because I magically found this reference from my good friend AI, aka Mr. Steal and Copy Stuff. And I was just randomly scrolling Pinterest and I found this and I was like, hey yo, this looks actually pretty good. Like we can't lie, this looks pretty good. And if there's one good thing AI art is good for, it's for drawing black people hairstyles. I don't know who it stole from. All right, so now do you guys remember how I said this was supposed to be a Spider-Verse spinoff? Well, I kind of just remembered that Spider-Man is copyrighted. And again, I can't just upload something that's copyrighted to a contest. And I was so sad when I realized this, but you know, it is what it is. But here's the actual true sad part, because like I spent a good 2 hours just cooking up how she could look like in her spider mask, because that's what she was supposed to wear the whole time. And there was like so many struggles too. Like I was supposed to give her a hoodie and I was like, oh wait, drawing hoodies are super hard. And then I was like, nah, stop being a little pussy, just learn how to draw it. And then as soon as I drew it, I was like, yo, she literally just looks like Spider-Gwen. I mean, there was just a lot of BS, bro. Like, I mean, bro, also look at her head. Her head looks like a freaking AirPod. Basically all that BS, and then I just end up using the non-masked version of her. All right, guys, I finally made it to the storyboard sketches, and oh man, bro, I am so scared. I am slightly nervous, bro. Since this is my second manga, I know like just how important the storyboard is, and it's already pretty challenging to kind of like picture the best way I should show what needs to be shown in the panel. All right, guys, so I've been storyboarding for almost 4 hours now, and yo, it's actually turning out pretty nice. And also something I've been doing is like brainstorming how I can actually show the story. And then I also have like a little trash dump where I put stuff that didn't really describe what was going on that well. And so sometimes I actually did come back to this dump because some of the stuff weren't actually a bad idea. It just doesn't fit sometimes. All right, guys, boom, 16 pages finished and complete. And guys, this is about to be awesome. It's about to be awesome, bro. Something I'm gonna do right now is number one, fix up the storyboard and make sure everything is where it belongs. But instead of doing the line art first, I'm actually do the speech bubbles first, because bro, one thing I learned from making my first manga last time is going back and having to fix stuff that has already been somewhat set in stone, that was supposed to be set in stone, is the most annoying thing I've ever experienced as a human life form. And yeah, that's just one thing I just want to avoid at all costs. Also guys, look at how many like tabs I have open. I have like at least 30 tabs open, bro. I was using references like crazy. Something I've been wondering is like, if I'm using a reference, how much of it has to be changed? Because sometimes there low-key be like not that many things I can change to make it that different. I'm not really sure, but I just try to like change it up as much as possible. All right guys, so I just spent the last 3 hours making sure that all the speech bubbles are easy to read and flow nicely together so that the readers don't get confused. Speech bubbling is actually like a part of the art itself, to be honest. You may not notice, but the speech bubbles oftentimes flow in like a little C shape, or sometimes it flows into an S shape. But yeah, it normally has like a gesture to it. Yo guys, so I just read the version with the speech bubbles on it, and oh man, this story is really good. It's short, sweet, and it's amazing. I can't wait until it's finished. Also, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do like shading wise. Currently, I think like when I write and draw my own manga, it's gonna be black and white might, but maybe trying out the Spider-Verse art style may change my opinion. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do yet, to be honest. And again, I can't really say this enough, bro. I'm super glad that I worked hard on the storyboard, because no matter how the art turns out, bro, the characters are cool, the story's easy to understand, and it's entertaining. I think having those three things hit is just awesome. And now we're probably on to the equally as hard part, and that's actually making the art. And so I'm gonna basically do what I did last time, and that is, what I did was I just skipped the penciling stage. The penciling stage is basically a much cleaner version of the sketch, but honestly I'd rather just freehand for the most part, because that's just, you know, so much easier and quicker. But yeah, we've made it to the inking stage. It feels surreal, bro. It feels surreal to make it to the stage. All right, guys, no lie, I've just spent like 50 minutes on this page, bro, and I swear anything related to backgrounds is always the hardest thing ever. Like, this is exactly the reason why I've been afraid of drawing backgrounds. I drew 3 panels in the same time I drew this background, and this is why all the homies hate backgrounds. Also, I did draw Audrey in her mask just for this one panel because I felt like it kind of fit. And hey, she doesn't even look like Spider-Man right here, so this is fair game. This is awesome. All right, guys, I just finished another background, and bro, I was so zoomed in while drawing this for like a good 40 minutes. And so like when I zoomed out, I was like, holy bro, I drew something that looks super good, super detailed. It looks awesome. This is actually like the first time I've drawn a background this detailed. And the thing about backgrounds is, like, they're very annoying to draw, but they just always make the drawing look so much better. Like, it could take a great drawing to something that's, you know, even greater. All right, so for the first time, I'm designing how Yo's meat will look. And also, I didn't like his name, and I was like about to change it until I realized, you know, I feel like I've been saying this name wrong, and it's actually pronounced Yosemite. Bro, I already forgot how to say it, bro. Yosemite. There we go. And yeah, it honestly sounds much cooler. Yosemite sounds like someone saying Yo Smeet, you know what I mean? All right, guys, I finished the design, and honestly I had no idea what he was gonna look like going into this, but hey, he turned out perfect. And you know, multiple videos now I said I'm gonna learn how to draw men, but I kept on ending up having to push it back and back because I thought it'd be cool if I made like its own video called learning how to draw men. I low-key waited so long that like it's not even really a struggle anymore. Like, once you hit a certain level of understanding a perspective, art becomes a lot easier. Not easy, but easier. All right, so let me introduce you guys to a pro technique called copy and pasting. And hey, no need to work harder when you can work smarter. Look at that. You guys would have never known. Look at that. Anyone that says they would have known is lying. I even switched the face direction he's turning. The only thing I'm missing is I need to like tilt his body a little bit, and he'll be a little bit more dynamic. So yeah, that's my low pro technique. Each time you guys use it, I expect you to pay me $1. If you don't, I'm gonna get the freaking demigorgons to go chase after you. All right, so let me give you guys an update on the easiest and the hardest part of drawing. You know, drawing a male face actually turned out pretty easy. The backgrounds take forever, but still pretty easy. The only hard part has been just like the sheer amount of knowledge you have to know in order to draw the poses. Like, it's not the actual anatomy, not the actual 3D, but just like positioning a pose in 3D. And there's just like so many poses you need to know in order to draw a manga without using too many references. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I try to use a reference only if I absolutely need to. And for manga, since there's like so many poses, there's a lot of situations where I just have to use a reference. And you know, I think I'll just show you guys my reference board later when it fills up a little bit more, because it's pretty interesting in there. The board is pretty interesting. All right, guys, so I've drawn a few more panels now, and bro, this manga is fucked, bro. It has the perfect amount of degeneracy, and I love it. It's almost like I wrote it myself. We got a 4-panel kissing scene, and bro, I heard someone say that they were too immature to draw a kissing scene, and hey, bro, I agree. You know how you could feel when someone's looking at you? Well, it felt like all the angels in heaven were glaring at me. That's what it felt like. And again, you guys have probably noticed, but like for everything I do, like just posting on Twitter, posting on YouTube thumbnails, just the videos themselves, I always have this like WTF factor where I just want to make the person go WTF. That's my lifelong goal. Bro, guys, my power just went out for no reason. It's not even raining either. Dry as hell out there. Nothing happened. Power shuts off. Like, what? And bro, the kissing scene is gone. Bro, this is so sad, bro. This is so sad. The way this panel was supposed to look will forever be lost in time. And it took so long to draw too, because anytime characters are interacting closely, they're like super hard to draw. All right, so I think this is a great point to talk about the monthly Shonen Jump contest. And basically, if you get top 10 pro manga artists look at your art, and if they like it, they'll award you with bronze, silver, or gold. And they'll also get your chapter published on their app. But how well do I think my manga would do? And well, I read the storyboard version of my manga, and I feel pretty confident that'll make top 10. It getting an award though? I don't know, man. We'll have to see, because they normally don't hand out rewards too often. Getting an award would be a huge feat. All right, so you guys know how I said 3 hours per page wouldn't be surprising? Well, I was spot on, and it's just because of the backgrounds more than anything else. A single background takes like a good hour, and since I'm new to paneling correctly, there's like a lot of little stuff to learn. How to use the Clip Studio background tool, or how to add a panel that isn't right next to anything. The last thing I just mentioned probably made no sense, and exactly, it's all about figuring out these weird little things that you would have never like have thought of that just pop up, and you're like, oh, I guess I gotta figure out how to do this thingy. And all that little stuff does add up like a lot. All right, guys, so I just finished drawing alligators or like lizard dinosaur thingies, and bro, at first I was like, this joint looks goofy. Goofy as hell, but slowly but surely it started to turn into something that looks amazing, bro. Yeah, I don't even know how I did it, bro. And also, here's a little pro technique, you know, that's been passed down through the generations. And again, it's what I did earlier. Just, I only drew actually 2 of these, and I copy and pasted the rest, but I just stretched them. I opened one of their mouths. I gave one of them like a scar, and you just can't even tell which one. Like, they all look completely different now after the modification I did to them. I'm like China, bro. Just out here modifying animals. All right, guys, it's been a huge fast forward. I'm actually about halfway done with the liner, and yeah, I'm just about to continue working on it. I don't think there's actually much for me to say here. Just quick little update. I've been spending like hours just drawing these out. I've been watching like so much YouTube as well, just on the side. My watch later playlist started at 300 videos, and now it's at 200. So like, I watched so many videos, man. And it was just like videos on like how to write better, basically, so that I could either make the story even better, or just, you know, for next time, make that story even better. All right, so right now what I'm gonna do is show you guys some of the stuff on my reference board. And bro, first of all, just look at this beauty. Just look at all these. Just look at look at all my babies here, bro. Oh my god, guys, look at the Digimon smoking a cig. Hey, what's the image behind look like? Hey, don't worry about that, bro. As you can see, we got a whole bunch of Spider-Verse stuff. You know, we got the Dr. Octopus man dude, woman dude, and then we got some Spider-Man stuff over here. We got Megami over here. And this was actually used for inspiration for like, I was gonna have like Audrey just tape up Yo's meat, I said his name wrong, onto the wall. We got Captain Levi over here. I wanted like a cool smile. Like, I wanted to see how a cool guy, a guy that doesn't smile at all, would smile. You got the sniper for when Audrey pulls out her sniper. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I use. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I have finished the liner, and bro, it is looking good, man. It is looking so good. I am super happy with the way it turned out, and I just love like, just, I don't know, the art is looking so good. It's nice and clean. It wasn't annoying to draw these. I don't think I had too much trouble with drawing a lot of these poses for the most part, so that was cool as well. And yeah, so now it's time for me to decide if I want to color it or not. And man, it is just a super hard decision, because I want to, but I also don't. And I'm probably not going to ever do a colored manga ever again, so this could just be really good practice for next time. But also, this could be the last time in like a long while where I get to make a colored manga. And so in the end, I decided, hey, freak it, let's color it. And why did I choose to color it? Well, it's just because I hate myself, no other reason. I always end up choosing the harder options, because it just, I feel like a puss if I choose the easier option. I like them both equally, so it came down to that. All right, you know what, guys, 10 minutes into coloring, I was like, you know, do I really want to do this to myself? Like, do I really want to do this? And it's just because coloring takes so long. And so what I decided to do is, well, I had this colored panel right here finished, but I feel like backgrounds doesn't give me a good feel for if I like coloring or not. So I decided to shade Audrey's face and see how it turns out. And so when I was doing this, I thought it was a super cool experience, because I actually surprisingly never thought about what color scheme she'd have. And while I was doing this, I kind of felt like, you know, she'd have purple hair vibes, not really to give her emo vibes, but more so to give her, I don't know really how to describe it. It's like her cheeriness along with her purple hair kind of gives her like a suspicious but kind type of vibe. Basically, she's cheery, but she keeps it chill. There we go. Perfect description. And yeah, bro, she looks so cool, man. She looks so cool. I really like the way she turned out. However, I don't want to do this. I don't want to color, bro. I'm afraid it's gonna take forever. I think I have the time, but I mean, I'm very ahead of schedule, but I don't know, bro. I don't want to color it. I don't want to color it. Normally, I'm the type of guy to always bite down on the bullet with my freaking only set of teeth, but nah, bro, not this time. I'm gonna start inking it and do black and white. And I've kind of been sort of making black and white sound like the way worse option, but it's 100% not. I like them both equally as much. That's kind of why the problem exists. So I'm just like, yeah, might as well pick the shorter one. Hey guys, you know what's funny? Right now I'm doing black and white, but I low-key want to do color. At least at this very moment I do. There is no win. I'm just gonna stick with inking, bro. But actually, before I get back to inking, I actually got to do the cover art. And last time I made a video like this, I'm pretty sure I didn't even mention me making the title or cover because I just completely forgot about it. Some of these guys have like actual cool covers and stuff, but I didn't realize this, so I just kind of like uploaded a funny picture. But for the title, I thought the title was really cool. I also came up with it on the spot too, but I just really like anything that says verse the world. So what I'm gonna do is just continue the blank verse the world movement, and I'm gonna title this one Audrey verse the world. All right, so right now I'm making the cover, and when I was making it, I was trying to make it look similar to the Love is War Volume 1 cover. But honestly, as I kept continuing, I made like a lot of mistakes, and you know, I probably should have been focusing up a lot more while drawing this, because looking at it even at this point, even without the color, I wouldn't have liked it. And you know, with the color, I just totally don't like it at all. I don't freaking know what's wrong with your freaking face, bro. And yeah, I was just honestly just going on autopilot, and I should not have been going on autopilot. Freaking watching Wendigoon, bro, turned my brain off. And so what I decided to do is, you know, sometimes I'd be trying to fix stuff, but honestly, if you gotta fix something, it's just easier to start over from scratch. Like, I just don't like it at all. So I started from scratch, and before I actually started though, I was like, wait, why don't I check and see if I already made something that was really cool beforehand? And that's when I ran across this panel that I made earlier a couple days ago. And bro, this is just like the perfect panel that can be turned into a cover. It's like perfection. And so what I was doing here is cleaning everything up, you know, making sure everything just looks even cooler, even more polished. Something I made sure to do was like add a little bit of light on our sniper and her face, just to make sure that that is the first place that someone looks at. I want there to be like a focal point. And then lastly, I dropped the cover art into Photoshop, gave it a nice font, and this is actually the only font I use for pretty much everything. I just love it. I love the font. And I gave it like a nice drop shadow, kind of similar to the Love is War cover. That's what I was kind of going on. And then lastly, I was like, it could use a bit more spice, just a bit more. And so I took some inspiration from the Jujutsu Kaisen cover, where their background, there's like always this like interesting little pattern there. Like if you look not at the character, but the background, the colors, the solid color background. So this made me realize that I needed to add some more texture somewhere on this cover, anywhere. And boom, once I added it, the cover looked so freaking awesome, bro. And just look at like the before and afters after I added the text and the texture. Like the text and the texture just added so much. And then look at the old cover, bro. The old cover, it looked so weird. And that was just a huge improvement. I'm super glad the way it turned out. All right, so I've been working on shading, guys, and the only thing I wanted to mention is that I kind of like the vibe the manga is resonating. Like if you look at the zoomed out version of all these pages, it has like a really nice dark feel to it, and I just really wanted to mention that. All right, guys, I've been doing the inking for a good while now, and everything has completely been finished. All 19 pages, bro. Everything from the speech bubbles, the line art, the inking, everything is looking good. And I read the complete version, and man, it's pretty damn good. It's short, sweet, and it's really solid. But alright, how is the manga doing in the monthly contest? And well, so far it's been looking pretty good. I started out at 14, and day by day it's climbed itself to 9, and it'll probably end up going up even higher, which is pretty freaking awesome. I put the link to it in the description so you guys can read it at your own pace. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. For my next project, I plan to create like a full 200-pager book, so make sure to check out my Twitter if you're interested in that. I'll be posting like lots of updates on there. But yeah, thanks for watching, and peace.